fucking did it.
All right, I made it. Yeah.
Back again.
We have LGBTQ2 plus.
Oh, and a
Bud
Michelob
Light
thrown in
and,
there, too.
a Mitch cleaning out my beer fridge to some extent.
Nice.
Yeah. So, anyways, as I was saying before we just started, I read on Reddit someone saying the true full cost of getting a DUI
As a Canadian.
So it was somewhere in Canada. I don't know what happened.
Probably similar.
Yeah.
But
A friend of the person. Oh, Dan's doing some things.
no, we're good.
A friend of the guy. He says he's a friend. Who knows? He's probably the guy himself.
Probably the guy.
So he got pulled over. Obviously, they impounded his car, and then the guy couldn't get to work or whatever. And then so the guy had to use taxi services like to and from his work, which ended up being like an extra couple $1,000. Like, I think your license is suspended for like 6 months. It's either 6 months or a year. You just don't have a license, so you can't drive. And then
Didn't want to take the bus, eh?
yeah, well, I think he was working some kind of industrial job. So
like couldn't.
yeah, I'm not sure what it was.
It probably
exactly.
wasn't feasible because I'm sure if he was spending thousands on cabs, he probably looked at other options.
Yeah, well, I mean, bus service is so bad. Like in Edmonton, could you imagine trying to get like fuck? If I have to go downtown and like look at a bus, it's like this will take you 2 hours. It's like, do I want to spend 4
Cost of
hours
being
of
poor,
my
man.
day?
Cost of being poor.
Yeah. Anyways, so your vehicle gets impounded. Then when it's impounded, you have to pay like the fees for the vehicle being impounded. Then you also have to pay for the cost of your taxis. Then you have to pay for and install and pay the monthly like subscription or whatever for the breathalyzer, interlock, whatever. And the guy said that ultimately the full cost of getting a DUI plus the increased insurance. So he said that his friend is now paying like, I think he said it was like a couple $1,000s a month for insurance because your insurance is automatically maxed, right? It's automatically the most expensive. So he said like the true cost just for like the first year, whatever, for his friend was like $100,000. And now it sounds like his friend is, probably better off.
Has a good job, maybe.
Yeah, but it's still just like, damn, dude, that's fucking crazy.
$100,000. They broke that math down? Did he show like how much everything cost?
Yeah.
What was the bulk of the cost?
Well, the big cost was the impounding fee.
Yeah,
because
for 6 months.
Your vehicle.
You can't go get it.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it was like several $1,000s on the impound. Then it was, I think the biggest cost was the insurance increase.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Because like
just have to pay like insane premiums.
Yeah, just like the worst, most expensive premiums. So, anyways, don't get DUIs. I guess, yeah.
You know what's a lot cheaper than that? Getting a fucking cab, bro. That's a good eye opener. There you go. Public service announcement from
don't drink and drive.
Do not drink and drive. Do not get a DUI. Wait, what were we saying? Don't drink and drive or don't get a DUI?
Don't get a DUI.
Man, yeah. I just had to shell out a bunch of cash for
cars, man.
Car repairs, man. It sucks. I mean, you got to do it. Like, we got an older car, but it's still worth fixing. And then it's like a couple $1,000s to fix all the stuff that's wrong with it.
What'd you have to get done?
We had to get new tires, had to get the rear suspension fixed, and then the rear brakes fixed.
Shit.
And it just added up like crazy. It was just like, and the dude, I took it to the same guy who did the van because he did a good job last time. Shout out to Wright Automotive here in Edmonton. And he was like, he went over the bill and he's like, I know you're a musician, so I know this is not what you want to see, but he's like, here's quoted with like budget parts so that it's not super expensive. And I was like, okay, still so fucking expensive. It's like, no, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah, buying a car.
Cars are bullshit,
dude. It's brutal. And I don't know. Like in the summer, I was like riding my bike to work and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's great.
If you can, that fucking rules.
Yeah,
like every day, it's better for you, saves you tons of money.
Yeah,
like I got a pretty nice bike for like $600.
Yeah,
that's not very expensive, and I could ride it basically probably 5 months out of the year. I would say.
Yeah,
if you don't mind like it's not a far ride for me. So in the cold, it's not too bad. But as long as there's no snow, I don't put the snow tires on. I'm not doing that.
Oh
shit.
yeah, I think I tried riding my bike in the winter once, and I think like the first time I tried to turn, I hit ice and it just whoop, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm never riding my bike."
You got to get like again. Chris got the spike tires. You said they work great. It's like like until you hit like a really slushy, But he said for the most part, pretty good.
Biking's pretty sweet.
Yeah, man. I wrote down, dude. I got so much for us to talk about.
Oh man,
I wrote down a bunch of stuff. Okay, the Grammys happened. Somehow Ozzy won Best Metal.
Well, who are the other bands? I literally know nothing about the Grammys this year.
It was. I mean, the Grammys are kind of fucking bullshit anyway.
The Grammys are stupid.
Metal.
I mean, that being said, I'd love to be nominated or even just go for free.
Would be sick.
To win would also be dope, but generally speaking, they're dumb as fuck.
Who else was? Let's see here.
I feel like the metal ones in particular, the metal genre, there's only one.
There's one rock award. And a metal one.
Oh, there's rock and metal. I think metal in particular is just like basically ignored. Because every year they have the like metal nominees and the winners, and it's always like, what?
Okay, so this one was Ghost was nominated, Megadeth, Muse.
Muse for metal?
Muse for metal. I mean, it's such a weird thing. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's more metal than the rock stuff. It could be. And then Ozzy, and then Turnstile.
Turnstile metal?
I mean, I guess. Where would you put hardcore? It's not rock.
Well, Turnstile's not like...
They're almost more rock.
Super heavy. I'd say that they're rock.
Yeah.
I'd say Turnstile for sure would go to rock. And what was the... Muse. I'd put them in rock. Who are the rock nominees?
Even Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost
is that really a metal band? Compared to like...
Musically, no.
That fucking band I sent, what the fuck are they called? Snuffed on Sight or whatever? On Your Neck. Check that one out. It's just like... It's like, damn, compared to that, like Ghost is like a pop band.
Yeah.
But
who are the rock nominees?
Rock, Bryan Adams, Beck, The Black Keys, Brandy Carlile, Brandy Carlile. I don't know. Idols, Ozzy again. He was nominated in both, and Turnstile.
Okay.
Different song. Different songs were nominated.
Oh, it's song by song.
I guess.
Not album.
Yeah. That's weird. But yeah, and then it's kind of funny because he was like, yeah, I'm not touring anymore. And then they're just like, oh, I feel like it's like political type thing. Or like,
it could be, yeah, for sure.
It was just like, let's put some respect on his career and give him a fucking Grammy for this.
Here you go. You get a Grammy. Yeah. You're old enough and fucked up now. Yeah. I mean, I feel like maybe they should have like a career award Grammy. If you've been like selling out stadiums for like longer than 30 years, you just automatically get a Grammy.
Well, I think Beyonce like set a record or something like that. She's like received the most Grammys of all time now or something like that.
Really? That's crazy. Yeah. Well, it's crazy too because Beyonce, like if you look at the writing credits for any of her music, there's like at least 10 different writers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I think, now this is hearsay, but I believe she works out these deals with these writers and she gets credit because she's Beyonce, but she doesn't actually do like any of the writing. Like she basically buys a song, sings.
AI sings her parts.
Yeah, basically like, and I think this is true for many larger artists. They sort of shop around, they pick what songs they like, and then someone has done all the work of it and they basically just go in and sing the top line.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, we're done. And I guess their job as the artist is more so curating all of the songs that people pitch to them. Yeah.
Well, I bet they have a team.
Yeah.
So it's like in the end, it's probably like some team comes together and says, here's the songs we think you'll like the most.
Yeah.
And yeah. That's hard to compete with, man. Like that it makes it more amazing that bands can like, or any artist can kind of come out of somewhere like Billie Eilish. It's like, I don't think that was co-written, like her big hits weren't like co-written by a million people other than like her brother.
I don't think so. I think it's them too. I think it's just her and her brother, and I think they do all the writing themselves. That being said, I don't know, but
that's pretty sick if it is, actually. Respect.
Spec. Spec. Yeah, that would be sweet.
Selling kinky sexual lyrics to fucking teeny bopper girls. Nice. Dude, I knew the Grammys were going on because immediately I saw like shit about like, just because of my algorithm. It was satanic Grammys, Sam Smith dressed as Satan. It's like, gay guy dressed as Satan. It's like, conservatives just going Satan. Insane, being like, It's funny, man.
Satan's dope.
There's so much shit about like award shows and the symbolism and all this shit, and it's just like fucking people trying to decode what's going on, and it's just like, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe there's some fucked up shit going on. I'm sure there's there's obviously a lot of fucked up shit going on in Hollywood and probably high level music industry shit is probably a little bit fucked up, but like, at the same time, like, what's going to piss more people off and get a bigger reaction than a gay guy dressed as Satan? It's like, oh, man, that just fucking all of Texas was like, tweet about that shit.
Didn't Lil Nas X do something like that too?
Yeah,
like
a
Satan
on Satan or something like that. It's like, I mean, it's not for me, but it's like, do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck.
Now gay people are all about Satan. Maybe that's the new hotness. In the 80s, it was heavy metal with Satan. And now this is 2020s.
Satanic.
Yeah. Satanic homosexuality. That's the new hotness.
To carry the satanic flame. And metal's just about like fucking, I don't even know what now.
Metal's just about Dungeons and Dragons now.
Yeah, now
wearing your own LARP armor that you created.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's funny too because in the U.S. they like banned abortion, except for like certain rules or whatever. And now the Satanic Church is opening up abortion clinics as like a religious practice. So now it's like Satan is now like the good guy.
Dude, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what happened with like even just politics in general seemed to have like things got so extreme on either side that they started to like switch.
Yeah.
It was like it used to be that like the liberal media was fighting corruption, and now it's like the conservative media is fighting corruption, and the liberal media is being like, no, you have to do this. Like, it's so weird. But it's like, I don't know. It's probably just a natural cycle of things. Like, you know, everything gets more extreme as it goes on. Like metal gets more extreme, like rap music. It's like, it's extreme in how bizarre it's becoming.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when I listen to like sort of trending modern rap music now, I'm like, I get it, but it's like, this is fucking weird, dude. Like, it's like, who would have thought like Cher vocals would have been like the thing in rap? It's like, and it's so clear that like all the lyrics and stuff are like such a LARP.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like metal is to like Dungeons and Dragons is like rap is like kids in their basement, but they're like, I don't know anything about the streets, but it's like I can certainly write about them. And like pretend that I know. And it's like, does anybody care? Probably not.
Yeah, I was watching Channel 5 News, and then
canceled.
Yeah, canceled. Because he did one where he went to like a rap festival, and then I had like an epiphany. I was just like, oh, wait a second. Like all these rappers, like, because I think more so, at least when we were growing up, to some extent, all the rappers like, oh, I got shot like 9 times. You know,
yeah,
like
it was
50 Cent.
It was like a contest for
street
cred.
Like, you know, like Biggie and Tupac, like fucking getting shot and killed.
They had lore.
Yeah, they had like legit lore. And then so you grow up and you just think that those people are like, they legitimately came from those places or they're connected to them somehow. But now, yeah, it's just like a LARP for sure. And you just like those interviews from that one thing, it's just like you just interviewing people. It's like, what planet are these people from? Yeah. Or I think I watched an interview with, I think it was a Lil Peep.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, basically, well, you can't say retarded because that's a bad word now.
But he's
basically brain dead.
He's just fucking dumb.
Oh yeah.
I mean, sometimes people are just fucking dumb. But it's like, maybe that works really well because you're not thinking too critically about yourself, so you're just putting out whatever you feel, and that resonates with other people, right? Like, I don't know. It's
or like those Island Boy guys. Like, apparently their dad is like a really wealthy realtor or like a real estate developer or something in Florida. So they're just like loaded, and or their family's loaded.
So they just got internet.
Yeah,
clout.
they're just like, you know what? Let's be fucking fame chasers. Let's go get some clout.
Yeah. Those guys are funny. Every time I see them, I'm just like, what is happening?
What is
here?
this?
It's like, man, these people don't live in reality. Well, that's like that Channel 5 News, the movie they did on HBO. Like, the first guy they talk to is that guy who's got like the Joker shit tattooed to his face, and it's just like, what is this guy doing? Like, what?
That's what you need these days.
I guess, man,
you need to be
crazy.
fucked up so people can look at you and you get your 15 minutes of fame. Just imagine if that guy's attention, the attention that people gave that guy, was given to someone who's like an actual good artist.
Yeah. It would be ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's not how it works.
Well, that's like kind of like Post Malone. Like, I
guess so.
I would argue like he's pretty good songwriter and stuff, but like everything about him is like so weird and kind of gross. I remember seeing the first video, that White Iverson music video on like Much Music or whatever, Stingray channel probably.
Mm-hmm.
And just being like, this guy's fucking gross. He's like like overweight dude wearing like a fucking flowy white shirt in the wind, just looks so bad. I'm just like, ah. And then the song was so weird, and I was just like, damn, this is probably gonna be a hit. It's so weird. It's gonna be a fucking hit, and yeah, there you go. I mean, it was already a hit if I was seeing it on fucking TV, but
fucking TV.
And then it was like, and then I started hearing about it all over the place. It's just like, shit, man. Then he got fucking Always Tired tattooed on his face.
I mean, to be fair, he kind of looks tired.
He probably is always tired.
That's what happens when you're unfit.
Yeah. Doing drugs is cool, man.
Doing drugs is cool. Especially drinking alcohol, bro. The them alcohol.
Okay, I got more here. We already went over the satanic rituals at the Grammys. Okay, so last night I had legit nightmares.
Oh, wow.
It was fucking weird. Like, it's pretty rare.
I think I had a nightmare last night too, but I don't remember what it was. And it was a very mild nightmare.
I woke up and like wrote down notes about what it was, so I'll share with you guys now. It was fucking strange. So at the start of the dream, we're like somewhere weird, like maybe like a hostel.
Who's we?
I think it was just me in the first part.
Okay.
The band was in the second part.
Okay.
So the first part, I was at like a youth hostel type thing. I'm sure we were like on tour, and because there was like a bunch of like crusty punk kids around, shit like
crusty punk kids.
And so I was in like a van chilling, like we do when we're like waiting for
hiding
show or whatever, hiding out. Yeah. And then this dude like walked up, young kid, like walked up to the side of the car and like opened the door, like the van door, and pulled out a gun. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And was just like, yo, give me that whatever you've got. And I was just like,
give me that Bud Light.
And then he shot once and it missed. And then he shot again and it hit my nose and across my face.
Oh damn.
And then he ran away.
Street cred.
Yeah, dude, I got shot in a dream. And then I went to the washroom. I was bleeding. And so I went to like the washroom in this like hostel place. And I like cleaned the blood off, and then I like looked in the mirror and saw that there was like a cut on my nose, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But then the cut started to go down, like it started to like sag until, dude, this is fucked. It sagged so far that my teeth started showing behind my skin, like it was an open wound and like my lip and everything went down, and then my teeth were showing on the inside. Now, before I went to bed, I was watching The Mummy on TV, and in that there's like where he's got like half a face and then his mouth is like exposed underneath. It's very creepy, but I think that's why that was in my dream. I was like, what the fuck? And then the next thing I knew, I think I woke up for a bit and then went back to bed and had another fucking nightmare, dude. I don't know what's going on. And we were playing a show.
Uh-oh.
Like an outdoor, like in a square kind of, but we were like up on a balcony kind of thing, playing down,
awesome.
which was cool. And I realized that my in-ears were broken. And since we were playing like...
That's not a nightmare. That's what happens every time.
So that we didn't have we had no amps, and it was like, for some reason I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to play because the speakers are way over there. I'm never going to hear the guitars. I'm like, I was freaking out. And then somehow I got swapped into like a small redhead child's body.
Nice.
I don't know why. It's like a character from something. I can't remember what though.
Chucky?
Like, I can't put my finger on it. No, it was just
Archie?
like some weird little kid, but like red-haired kid.
Uh-oh.
Very strange. And then I was like, why the fuck am I in this body? I was like, what the fuck? So I go to the bathroom in like the area we're in and like go to like get changed because it's like we're going to play. And I'm like a little kid now. I'm like, what the fuck? Like put on a shirt and then we get on stage and I've forgotten the lyrics to the song completely. So I'm up there.
Duh.
This is my nightmare. This is a real nightmare. I'm up there and I've completely forgotten every lyric of the song. I didn't even know what song because in my dream it was just like, and I'm just like up there, and then I was in like a thick flannel shirt, and then I woke up sweating. I was just like, what the fuck is going on, dude? It was very strange.
Yeah, most of the time that I have nightmares now, it's usually like I'm on stage and then
Gear failure.
yeah, it's like the rest of the band is like, "Hey guys, we're gonna play this song now." I was like, "What? What song is that? I've never heard that song in my life." It's okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just like, "What? Oh fuck! I don't know this song. Oh god!"
To see it being publicly humiliated on stage.
No. That's that's the new version of nightmares. I think that's almost exclusively the kind of nightmares that I've had for like the last 10 years.
It is terrifying.
Yeah.
Fucking up live sucks. Like,
Well, I think for me it's like not a lot of those are like I'll go on stage and it's like we start playing songs that I've never heard before. And I don't know them. I'm just like, what? This wasn't in the fucking set list.
I could have learned this.
I could have learned this, but nobody told me. He's like, oh fuck. Oh what fuck? What song is it? Actually, it's kind of funny. Like once a long time ago, I had this friend who was in the Grant McEwen guitar program, and he would go play guitar for like an African church, like downtown.
Nice.
And then he's just like, "Oh, hey Tim, I'm not gonna be," because it was like around Christmas, and he's like, "Hey Tim, the church needs like a fill-in guitar player because I'm gonna be gone for Christmas. Do you want to fill in?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? Like, it's a paid gig.
Yeah.
Why not?"
I'm a musician.
Yeah, I'm a musician. It shouldn't be too hard. He's like, "It's super fucking easy," and I was like, "Okay, sounds good." So then I show up, and they're just like, "Okay, here we go." It's basically that 1, 2, 3, 4. They just count in. I'm just like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like. What? Nobody's told me anything.
You to do like
there's
just...
no music. There's no nothing.
Oh.
It's just like, just show up and just start playing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's like church is in session. No, they just want me to play like chords.
Oh.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
just like in the background, kind of like background noise kind of thing? Or was it with other people?
It was a band.
Oh,
it was a band. So there was like, they had keyboard, a bass player, a drummer, I think. And yeah, then they would just be playing their songs. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what key is this in?
That's
Like,
terrible.
what the fuck is going on?
It's terrible.
And then, like, the guy who I was filling in for, he's just like, oh, yeah, all the songs are basically just this. They're one of like 2 or 3 chord progressions. And he showed me the general progression. But then he's like, yeah, they kind of just played in whatever key. And like, it's always mixed up and fucked up. Like he's like, these are like basically the 3 different chords that they use. So it's going to be one of these. So just figure it out. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then,
easy.
Yeah. I mean, I figured it out by the end of it. I was just like, man, that was fucked up. It could have given me some like notes or some sheet music, something, anything.
Literally anything.
Yeah. And then at the end of the night, people were like, oh, that was great. Thanks for coming. I was like, what the fuck? That was terrible. Just pay me and I'm going to go now.
I remember me and Ian went, I think it was his sister had it was like a what do you call it? Like a special needs kind of. I don't even know what it was. It was just like a gathering, and like for a charity.
Gathering of the Juggalos?
Yeah, for a charity, and they were like, "You guys want to come play guitar?" And we were just gonna. They're like, "You guys can just kind of noodle in the background," and we were like, "Yeah, sure." And then we got there, and we were just like, "What are we doing? Like what?"
Noodle in the background. Wait a
I
second.
mean, mostly what it was like, kids would come over and just start strumming the guitar with their fingers and shit, and you're just like, all right, that's fine, like whatever. But I don't know.
Yeah, it was funny. That church was like a gospel church, so like everybody's singing and like all this.
Nobody noticed.
Yeah, and I'm just like, because everybody's too busy like singing along and doing whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole thing, it was like a whole service of just
always
playing
music. Yeah. Did you hit any of it? Were you like, did you get into it?
Well, you get into the pocket. I mean, most of the songs are just like one thing. It's not like
just kind of repeated, and then once you get it, you're like,
yeah, it's not too complex. So the bass player would just be like, okay, here we go. Boom. It's like, oh fuck. Just look
3, 5, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Shred.
Nice. Bro, what else did I have on my list of
yeah,
stuff?
you had a list.
Oh, dude. This is still my dream journal.
See,
but we have one more big thing to talk about.
One more big thing.
The Chinese balloon.
Oh,
the Chinese balloon, bro. What the hell?
Balloon.
Also, earthquakes all over the world today. Well, at least in 2 places.
Where was the other one?
There was one in
Turkey, and then what else?
Turkey, and there was one in like, I want to say Buffalo.
Oh, really? In the U.S.?
In the States, yeah.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but the Turkey one looked fucked. It was like double 7 point whatever.
Wasn't there like 4 earthquakes or something?
Yeah, it was just like a shitload.
Yeah,
fucking,
they got figged up big time.
Yeah, you know what that is? That's some Black Ops shit.
That's
the fucking Tesla fucking electromagnetic fucking earthquake machine.
It's because the Earth's core just stopped.
Oh yeah, it's doing a kickflip or whatever.
Yeah, it stopped and it fucked up Turkey.
Damn, dude. Well, remember we were reading that or listening to that book, and they were like, Turkey's going to be a major superpower.
Not anymore.
In the next 100 years. Like, yeah, we read that book too, so we hit them with the fucking 7.1 earthquake double.
Yeah, they go fucked
double
up
time.
Bigly. Well, yeah, that's fucked.
Sucks.
I mean, I saw a bunch of videos on Reddit of just like people standing there, and then like apartment buildings just start collapsing everywhere. It's just like, holy fuck, that's bad. Oh, it's crazy. Like talking to when Pete explained his experience of being in the Japanese earthquake like a decade ago or whatever that was. That sounded
30 years ago.
Yeah, 30 years ago. I mean, that's
scary, dude. You die so easily. Just if something fell on you, dude. If like anything falls on you,
yeah, you're dead.
Like a book, like a hardcover book from far enough up could probably kill you.
Probably, yeah.
Just like it just shakes
the pointy
off
end.
the balcony and then just bam right in your temple. It's temple.
Dead. Yeah,
I mean, goddamn. It always amazes me, like when you think about how like fragile people are.
Yeah,
like I always thought like, ooh, getting in a fight at a bar would be like, it's like
maybe that'd be fun.
How would I do? Yeah. I always wondered like, if it happened and there was no getting out of it for me, how would I do? If it was like
Bonk.
It's happening, yeah. But then it's like, man, 2 things. I don't want to get hit.
Yeah,
because what if your like tooth gets knocked out?
Yeah, that'd be the worst.
What a shit show. And then you got to get that fixed and shit. Like, oh, that would be the worst. Imagine getting your front tooth knocked out in a fight. That would suck ass. I wouldn't want to do that to anyone else either. Like, you know?
That would suck.
It's like I'd be okay hitting someone on the side of the head, but not in the teeth.
Don't fuck my teeth.
Yeah, it's like, come on, guys, let's not hit each other in the teeth. But then there was that story from here in Edmonton where a guy punched a guy like just like over some bullshit at a bar, and the dude just like he hit him good enough that it kind of knocked him out, and then he landed on the curb like his head.
Critical hit.
He fucking died.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, talking about DUIs and how expensive and shitty that is. Now imagine getting a fucking manslaughter charge because you punched someone at a bar over probably nothing.
Yeah. That would
It
suck.
was probably over nothing.
Yeah. Well, at least he doesn't have to pay increased insurance on his car.
Yeah, it's true. Just like, I wonder what. Yeah, is it worse getting a DUI than it is to get a manslaughter?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe you got to maybe go to jail for a couple of years,
Yeah.
but not very long. A couple of years,
Who knows?
2 years.
I don't know how. I don't know the ins and outs
Plus,
of
if
it.
I've learned anything from Trailer Park Boys, going to jail is a good time. You just get drunk and high with your buddies and play fucking ball hockey.
Yeah, man. You hear about that quite often. Like somebody gets into a street fight and then they get bopped, and then it's like either they die or they have like long-term permanent damage, or just like even getting knocked out, it can have long-term effects. I mean, like look at Dave Arnold with all his concussions.
Yeah, you got like 2 concussions in a week, and the doctor was like, if you get another concussion, it's your fucking brain might stop, bro. He's still out there doing extreme shit though.
Yeah.
Riding his bike and shit. So
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you hear so many different stories of extreme human endurance and survivability, and then you hear other ones where it's just like, oh, the wind blew at him the wrong way and he died.
it's like Adam riding his bike with no hands and fell
Yeah.
and fucking broke his wrist.
I broke my wrist.
It's like you could have done that, and you probably wasn't wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he was. Adam wearing a helmet?
No, Adam doesn't wear.
So he could have just fallen and died because the wind turned his wheel.
Literally knocked over by the wind. Yeah.
Fucking shitty.
Well, like that story that they made, that movie about where the guy is like in a crevice and like the rock
Oh,
lands on him.
127 hours.
Yeah, or whatever, and then he cuts his own arm off with the, like that's an extreme survival story. It's like, wow, it's amazing that a human could do that.
Yeah.
And then and it's like I'm riding my bike on the bike path, and then a wind comes by and knocks
with
me over.
no hands.
No hands, yeah. It's just like, oh, I broke my arm.
I'm dead now.
Yeah.
Dude, that 127 hours, that movie was fucking crazy. The where he like hits the nerve. It's just like like electricity. Like, oh man, can you imagine chopping your own arm off?
That would suck. It's with like a little pocket knife. That'd be bad. I just got a needle in my back, and they like go into a nerve, and it's like,
oh, speaking of that, the other day I was moving a chair, and because of the way the couch is set up upstairs, it's a bit of a thin, like it's a little bit of a tight walk past the, like between the wall and the sofa, and the chair, I was holding it like from the back. The seat was out this way and the legs were that way, right? And so I'm walking, and I didn't put it over far enough, so it hit the couch, and then I just put my knee in full force.
Wow.
Like it went directly, there's your kneecap,
Yeah.
and then there's your shin,
Yeah.
and right in between there's just like,
the funny bone zone.
yeah, dude, I almost passed out. Like I just sat on the couch and almost passed out. It hurt so much. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that fucked me up.
Critical hit.
That happened to me in high school. This is a funny story. It's always, I used to think it was kind of embarrassing, but now I just think it's funny. Like, so we were in like gym class in like grade, I guess this would have been like grade 10. And they were doing these jump explode things where you squat and then you jump and you basically go back and forth across the gym doing jump squats.
Okay.
And that was like,
That sounds like a good workout.
absolutely fucking destroyed my legs. Like I'd never been that sore in my life. I don't think up until that point. I was like, this is the sorest I've ever been. So that was the day before, and then so my legs are fucking. When you do like a crazy squat day and then you
Yeah.
can't even sit on the toilet the next day.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. And I go to school, and then at lunch, I bought like a Slurpee,
Yeah.
and we used to do the thing where you like. You suck all the moisture out of it and you get like ice, and then
Yeah.
you put that back into the straw, and then you shoot it at people. It goes fast, like you because it makes a pretty good seal because you just kind of stuff it in there and
Gross.
shoot. Yeah, it's hilarious. But anyways, I did that to my buddy Craig. I shot him with it, and he got instantly filled with rage, like so mad. So he came over and he kicked me, but he kicked me directly in my quad. And like my quad was so sore, it was like I got like electrocuted. I was like, and I hit the wall in the hallway. I hit the wall and I kind of slid down it and then like kind of like fell over and then I passed out.
Really?
It hurt so bad that I passed out. And I woke up and nobody had really noticed.
Just like, he's dead now.
They just saw me like kind of
he's
get
just playing
kicked
around.
and then like kind of hit the wall and sit down. And they didn't realize that I lost consciousness. And then I was like, bro, what the fuck? And they were like, what? Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. And I was like, well, that was crazy. And so it kind of rattled me because I was just like, am I gonna die from this? Or like, what the fuck?
Took electrical damage.
Yeah.
Lightning damage.
Anyways, then it was like time for gym class again, I guess. And I went up to the gym teacher and I told him, like, this is right after lunch. I was like, hey, I'm going to go home because I got kicked in the leg. I don't think I told him that. I think I was like, I got hit in the leg accidentally and I passed out. And he was like, well, that's not normal. You have to go to the doctor. And I was like, yeah, I will. And then I went directly home and was just like, whatever.
I gotta play Call of Duty, okay?
And then I remember I have a vivid memory of that day because on the way home I listened to on my mini disc player. Ooh, ancient technology. I listened to Led Zeppelin's "When the Levee Breaks" on repeat while I was walking home. I was just like, "This is cool," because it was like fall or something. And anyways, yeah, that's the story about getting basically knocked out from a kick to the leg. So nobody kicked me in the fucking legs. I guess I got weak
liver KO.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy.
That sounds pretty painful.
I remember him. He was trying to like, the gym teacher was being like, "That's not normal. You have to see a doctor." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Okay, yeah." And then I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do any of that shit." It was fine.
Next.
Except for last night when I fucking hit myself with the chair and almost died.
Did your teacher follow up with you? Was he like, "Hey man, you go see a doctor"?
No, fuck.
Fucking.
I mean, our school was big enough that he was probably like, "What's that kid's name again?" Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Who are you? Yeah, I remember in gym class, I think it was in grade 11 or something. Something sort of similar happened to me. We were like goofing around. I don't remember what. We were in the gym, and I think we were like playing with handballs or something. But there was a bag of balls with the handle sticking out of it, and it was pretty heavy because it had like all the balls or something. And me and my friends were like jumping over it, and then I went and I was running as fast as I could, and I jumped, and then I caught my one foot in one of the handles, and it just and I
critical hit.
Yeah, like knee first into the like gym floor, and it like fucked my leg up so bad. I was like, ah! And she was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No." And then I just like laid there for the rest of gym class. Like I just pulled up the bench because they had the bleacher seating, and I just like laid on the bleachers for the rest of class. But then my knee was fucked up for like a month after. It was like a huge bruise.
Just smashed it.
Yeah, I got fucked up.
Dude, it sucks to like, I can't even imagine what it's like to be like a boxer or UFC fighter where it's like you take like hard hits that all the time.
Massive hits, yeah.
It's like, man, I couldn't even take one. It's crazy. Speaking of getting in fights, I don't think I could. I could take one hit and just get fucking destroyed.
Fuck this, I'm out.
Man.
Yeah, even in, because I used to play football and rugby in high school, and like those big hits, like if you get hit hard,
it's
just
rock.
like, oh, fuck this.
My brain.
Yeah, fuck this. My brain hurts. I don't want to do this anymore. But I do remember they were teaching us how to like tackle or whatever, and then they just like randomly paired people up, and then so when I think I was in grade 10, so I was just a tiny little twink, probably like
sweet little thing,
yeah,
like sweet young thing,
maybe
a PYT,
yeah, maybe like 140 pounds, and then I was up against like a giant lineman who was probably like 250, and then they're just like, okay, yeah, okay, like do
you're done,
yeah, tackle each other. And I'm just like, fuck. And then someone's like, just go for the legs, chop the legs. And so I just like basically go helmet first into the shins, and that's how you take them out. And they're like, yeah, that's great. And then I kept doing that to this guy, and he started getting so pissed off. He's like, fuck you, that really hurts. I'm like, hey man, it's like the drill.
Yo, this is fucking game time, buddy. Like,
yeah. But then he just like picked me up, and he's like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you if you do that again. I was like, oh shit. Because he's like twice as big as me.
Yeah. Just fucking snap you.
Oh yeah. Well, because I was smaller, right? So I could get to his legs first.
Yeah.
And then it's basically helmet into the shin. It's like, oh, fuck. He was mad, though. He was mad. I'm pretty sure he clocked me, like, super fucking hard after.
We had I remember in high school, we had, like, I guess he was maybe from somewhere in the Middle East. He was, like, new to Canada. Young guy, young kid. We were in probably like grade 10 gym class. And he was, didn't speak great English. He was a little skinny kid, and he was like a total spaz. He was just like fucking just like out of control. And I remember we were playing ball hockey, and he didn't really get how to play. Like,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people hadn't played hockey in that class, I'm sure, but like, he definitely hadn't, and he was going so hard, trying so hard, and ended up just slashing everybody's legs. Like, he was hitting everybody's fucking legs with the stick until eventually this one guy in my class just like cross-checked him so hard that he just like flew and hit like the bleacher seating like so hard. And I remember the teacher we had at the time was like a substitute that was sort of like infamous. You probably had him too. I can't remember what his name was, but he didn't give a fuck. He was just like,
whatever.
Dude, to be honest, I was like, I low-key was thinking, this guy might be racist, because he was kind of like, it's like, nice hit on that guy from the Middle East. I was like, bro, poor fucking kid.
Yeah.
It was so brutal. We had, I wish I remembered that fucking teacher's name. He was like such a legend. He would come in and just be like, yeah, okay, you guys know what to do, so, and then he'd just be like, that's it. So it would be like a free class.
Maybe that's the best job ever, substitute gym teacher.
Oh, yeah. You'd be like, okay, it's dodgeball.
Dodgeball, let's go.
You know the rules. Go ahead. I'll be in the fucking office.
Yeah, I'll be in the office doing lines of blow, let's go.
Yeah, I went to rehab because I hurt my nose.
Yeah, it's basically Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wonder how, like, I mean, I remember in our, like, after we had left, we heard that the gym teacher from our, what do you call that? What's the fucking 7 to 9? What's that called?
7 to 9, first period?
No, like grade 7 and grade 9.
Oh, junior high?
Junior high. Junior high, yeah. High school, junior high. Junior high. So in junior high, dude, that's how out of touch I am, dude. So yeah. Oh yeah, I remember there being like some talk of the gym teacher being like a fucking getting into some shit. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I remember him being like a really good looking guy. And it was just like, what are you doing, man? What the fuck? I don't know. I guess that's, if you've got cursed by the pedo gene or whatever that is. If your mind was warped as a child. Bro. Oh, dude, don't let us get into that. Should we get into that? That'll be on the Patreon.
That'll be in the Patreon. Get into the pedos. Uh-oh.
Dude, our thoughts on pedophilia and what that's all about.
Then we'll get canceled in 100 years when it becomes normalized.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Well, I guess it used to be normal in like not even ancient times. It's normalized now in some countries.
Years ago. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, like child. It was just a thing. Like 2,000 men in India were arrested for underage marriage.
Yeah.
Something like that.
On the old Reddit.
Underage marriage. Like, ooh. That's like, I always think it's fucked. Like, you see those Twitter quotes where they're talking about like Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh, she slept with young girls. And then they're like, raped.
Yeah.
Like, that's a rape.
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck? Like, why are you calling it that? It's like, isn't that strange?
Yeah.
It's like, why would you like let off the gas for that?
Yeah.
It's like, that's obviously,
especially
call
when
it
she's
what it is.
Clearly a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's like, call that what it is. Like,
Yeah.
that was definitely
Fuck you,
sexual assault.
Ghislaine. Your name is difficult to pronounce too, so that's an extra
Yeah,
knock
that's
on
a
you.
chop.
Yeah.
That shit's still fucking crazy. Dude.
Yeah.
What is that about?
Yeah.
How is it? It's so like out in the open, but it's like everyone's like, yeah, what about Epstein? He didn't kill himself. It's like, bro, I don't think he did.
Yeah.
It's like if they lost all the footage from it and shit, it's like, what is happening?
Yeah, there's
there?
no way that wasn't an assassination. And on top of that, it's crazy too because like they have all the flight logs and stuff, and there's pictures of people at his fucking island with the little girls like in their arms, and it's like fucking Donald Trump and like Bill Clinton, like all these people. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you have pictures of them. You're on the island. Everybody knows what happened there.
You know why he got arrested? Like,
yeah,
it's like, what is happening here?
How are these people not being investigated?
It's so weird. I feel like it just goes to show you. It's like if you have enough money, nothing really matters. Like, he could have easily just been like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna like suicide me.
Wink.
We're gonna grab a body from the morgue that looks just like me, and we're gonna throw that in the cell. And we're gonna say I'm dead, and then I'm just gonna go to fucking Dubai.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grow my hair. I'm gonna dye my fucking hair a different color and grow a beard, and no one knows who I am.
You know, he's probably rich enough and has the right connections to just have gotten a body of himself cloned and then just like kill it.
He had it waiting in the wind, like
yeah." Actually, I bet you that'd be a
dude. Bill Gates
really,
probably has an army of. Fucking,
he probably has a whole bunch of clones.
Rain corpses down.
Just like, nah, you know what? People think I'm pretty shitty. I'm just gonna kill myself and just use your clone, kill it in however way you want, and then start a new life.
I mean, at a certain point, if you have that much money, it's like, why not throw a little money at a project like that? Just be like, let's do a project, clone me, and we'll just get a bunch of me's running around. Could be cool.
It could be cool, and then you could fuck yourself.
Exactly. That's what Epstein Island really was. It was just a bunch of little clones of Bill Gates wigs. Just
oh, sweet! I can fuck myself if I was a girl. Okay, perfect. It's just
the compatibility is insane.
Whoa, you like kitties too?
Oh man, that stuff is crazy to me. I'm still waiting for Project Bluebeam. I'm waiting for the big thing. Like I mean, I guess the pandemic was pretty big.
That was a pretty big thing.
That's a pretty big thing. But I'm like still waiting for the big like earth-shattering like, when the aliens come.
Yeah. I agree. When are the aliens coming? I hope they come soon. I want to see them.
The Chinese balloon. That's part of the, that's it's getting ready. It's like how do they react? Let's start with a foreign object that's just like a balloon from China. We'll see how they react to that. Now imagine that's a flying saucer. It's like, well, no one really gave a shit about that balloon. They were like, they like did like a thing. Please don't shoot at it.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly like, dude. If there was a flying saucer and you like flew over Texas, it'd be like, why not? Like fucking shoot at it, dude. Why not? Fuck it.
Oh, it's funny too. Like on Instagram today, I follow like The Simpsons. They just do like Simpsons clips.
Yeah.
And for the last like week or two, like because I follow a bunch of them, they're all doing different balloon episodes from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And the one is like Seymour Skinner. There's that balloon of him with like his butt.
Oh yeah.
He's holding a sign, and then it's him and Willie sitting in the field, and then Willie starts shooting at it, and then there's like the fighter jets overhead, and it's just like, man, that's like literally basically just what happened. Simpsons predicts the future again.
Yeah, every time. It's that Simpsons predicting the future thing is always really fucked up. They'll be like a scene from The Simpsons that they like have a picture of in real life, like the one with Donald Trump. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, coming down the escalator.
It was like, what the fuck? I mean, maybe it's just like it was bound to happen. Like I always wonder how much stuff that is. It's like if you're looking for it, you'll find it, kind of thing. But it's pretty specific.
It is pretty specific. But on the other hand, I think a lot of it is like 1,000 monkeys at 1,000 typewriters. Yeah. It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times type thing. You just.
Have you watched that Everything Everywhere All at Once movie?
I haven't. No,
Dude,
I've heard it's good though.
It's wild.
Is it
Pretty good.
Is it like The Simpsons?
It's no,
like watching.
It's very odd though. It's like
Okay.
very strange. I don't think this is that much of a spoiler, but just in case anybody out there is,
This is me.
Thinking
You're about to spoil
I'm
me.
gonna spoil it for you for the sake of the
I'll
podcast.
watch it next flight I go on.
It's So, anyways, like obviously, it's about kind of like multiple universes type thing.
So it's a Marvel movie.
It's kind of like that, but in a very strange way. And did you ever watch the movie Kung Fu Hustle? There's like the Axe Gang.
I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like silly and weird like that movie, which was an awesome movie actually. But yeah, there was one point where the one person was talking about all the different universes, and it was like the end result of everything they had learned was like nothing matters. And I was like watching the movie, and it was a really like good part of the movie because I was just like, whoa, shit, nothing matters. I was like, I think that applies like to real life.
Yeah.
It's like, man, really nothing matters.
No, nothing
Like,
does matter.
if you die, I mean, unless there is a fucking afterlife, but if there isn't, then it's like, man, imagine like having anxiety about shit is like the stupidest thing in the world. It's just like, bro, nothing matters. You do
Nothing
whatever
matters.
you want.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like with stage fright. Like when I very first started like playing music, I would get stage fright. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm kind of nervous." Like blah blah blah. It's kind of scary. And then, we were playing a show at like Reds or something, which is a pretty big venue.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, "Wait a second, this doesn't fucking matter. Who cares?"
I won't be doing this the rest of my life.
Yeah. And then it's just like this. It like you're up on stage. People come to see you like do music or do whatever it is when you're on stage, or even if you're like doing public speaking, like you're just up there. Like there's nothing to be afraid of. People are just like watching you, right?
Yeah. Public speaking is fucking brutal. I remember, so we were at that Noctis metal thing. I'm sure I've talked about this before, but like, we were there to like play,
Yeah.
and be at the conference part of it, and then I got up to ask a question to like a panel, and like I got like lightheaded. I was like, dude, I was like, all of a sudden, I was so nervous. I was just like,
I've played in front of thousands of people, but speaking,
yeah, dude, it was so fucking weird. I mean, but I was pretty young at the time, so it wasn't like I was used to that. Like now, I don't think it would be that difficult. But I mean, who knows? It's easy. It's a lot easier. Like if you have something that you've rehearsed, it's easy to go on stage and be confident because it's like, wow, I've practiced this hundreds of times, so it's like I feel confident in doing this. But like to just like get up and like say something or like come up with something right off this, like doing stand-up comedy, ugh, it would be hard.
Well, you rehearse stand-up comedy. You don't just make it up.
That's true, yeah. But to like improv, I guess. That would be tough.
Improv could be difficult. I could see that. But yeah, I mean, basically in any situation where you're like up in front of people, for the most part, it's just like, at least for me, my epiphany was sort of like people are there to see whatever it is that you're doing, so just do it. And like you're there. I guess as long as you're prepared, then there should be no issues. Yeah. And I guess that ties back to the nightmares, the nightmares that we've had.
Yeah.
Actually, it was funny on Facebook. There was like ads for, I think it was Brave Words or maybe it was Guitar World or something, some metal publication, and they started doing like animating stories from different metal guys, and this one was Phil Anselmo talking about I guess it was like a really early Pantera show that he did.
Yeah.
And he said he was sick, he had the flu or something, and then so he ate all of this vitamin C, and one of the side effects of having too much vitamin C is you get diarrhea. And so he gets up on stage, he's wearing white spandex pants, and that's it. And then he goes
belt probably.
Yeah, he goes up to sing the first note, and then he just shits himself. Like he's saying the story. He's telling the story.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, and then I just went up to sing the first note, brother, and then I just shit myself, and there's shit everywhere, and it's white spandex pants.
And then he said that like, in the first guitar solo, instead of like turning and walking back, he just like backed up and then like backed off the stage. And then he took his pants off and then grabbed someone, like there was another band member who had old spandex pants or some other kind of pant. Yeah. And he just put them on, but he's like, they were disgusting pants and they smelled like shit. And then like in the animated story, there's like little flies coming off of them and shit. And it's just like, oh, that's... As someone who shit himself multiple times, brother, let me tell you, that would be terrible.
Dude, on stage, shitting yourself on stage, especially if it was like, it's like that fucking quote from Superbad where he's like, you fucking pissed yourself in whatever grade. He's like, that was like 4 years ago. He's like, people don't forget. It's like, it could be the defining moment of your career. Yeah. That's the guy who shit himself at Bloodstock Festival in 2023.
That's going to be me. I'm going to shit myself at Bloodstock. Let's go.
Oh, the all-you-can-eat shrimp was a bad choice. Yeah. Yeah, that would be rough. I don't know. I don't think you could, like, it'd be so hard to, like, live that down, especially if it's on video.
Well, if you're wearing white spandex pants and then all of a sudden it's just brown, yeah, that'd be bad.
No, it's blood, I swear. It's like, I'd rather it be blood exploding.
I think I would prefer blood. You could be like, hey, it's a medical emergency. I mean, I guess if you're having like a massive diarrhea, I guess it is a medical emergency too, but...
I'm incontinent.
I need a diaper.
Yeah, I remember seeing. I thought I sent it to someone, but maybe I didn't. It was like Phil Anselmo pointing out an interracial couple in like the row 7, seats 13 and 14 or something like that. It was like some fucking racist bullshit. It was like not real, but it was funny as fuck. I think it's one of the things where I thought about sending it, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna fucking.
I'm not gonna have this record of poor choice of memes.
I sent plenty of. I was joking with a friend about that too. It's just like, there's certain people that I don't want people to go in and see what we've been sending back, what we think is funny to each other. Yeah. It's just like.
Oh god, if the band chat leaks, we're scared.
It's not even the band. It was just like the memes you're sending back and forth. It's just like, oh
god, my parents won't like me after this meme.
It's funny, like my I shouldn't out. Someone I know was commenting on the quality of Pete stories. Someone who
I think I know who this person is.
The taste for that kind of story. It was really funny. I was just like, yeah, you're probably right. Like, might want to skip those. Don't listen to that Patreon episode that we put out. I had to like put a disclaimer on it. I wonder how many people actually listen to that.
Hey man, as long as everything is
it's consensual,
above water, it's all good, man. Whatever. If you like it, you like it.
Damn. Well, shit. All right. Well, what do we got going on?
Well, we're going to go record a new album.
Yeah, we're almost there. 20 days from today.
And then
we're leaving.
As soon as we're done that, we're going to Hyperspace Festival. Hell yeah, brother.
We're going to be so fucking bad and rusty.
No, we're going to shred hard because we're going to play in Calgary and Red Deer.
That's true, yeah. That'd be sick.
Not announced yet. We'll get it announced soonish.
Yeah, the dates.
Loyal viewers
who made it this far.
Yeah.
There are a few.
Yes.
They commented. I asked last time and they commented.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few. So.
You hear that? That was my hip popping.
No, it wasn't. Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I went to
I thought you farted. I was like, what the fuck? Pop. The way you sighed after.
No, man. My body's all kinds of fucked up. I went to a sports therapist. That's why I had to go get injections in my back now.
Oh, shit. In your spine or what?
Yeah, they put one in
cortisone
last week. Yeah, and then I'm getting them like all down my leg because I have sciatica now because I'm old.
Damn, shit! Just fucking get on the foam roller.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Foam roller, man. That fixes everything. That whatever that muscle is that gets tight in your hip. it fucks me up all the time, and I just have to just roll it out.
Damn, dude.
I mean, maybe it's probably different, but
my shit's all fucked.
Shit. All right, we're gonna switch over to the Patreon one. If you guys want to hear, I'm gonna spit a hot take. It's gonna be fucking weird.
Do you want to hear medical issues?
You want to hear
members of
a
Stryker?
fucked up hot take about something that we were talking about? Patreon. All right.